I'm really honored to be here with you today. Just to introduce myself, I am Amber Bridge. I am a middle school science teacher at Mid Prairie Middle School in Kelowna, Iowa. I've been teaching for science for 10 years, and I have been practicing the flipped classroom for 3 years. I learned about it through an email that I received, and I received this infographic. And it had me hooked right from the beginning because I was looking for something to engage students and to be able to make class time more productive. What I was really finding was there's a lot of distractions that happen in a middle school classroom. And it's not intentional, but it happens in every classroom, that there's a lot of other things that you could be paying attention to that you just aren't. And in a middle school classroom, that's often amplified by even more because there are so many other factors going on. And so I wanted to take all of that out of the way and really focus on trying to give the students information in a way that was a little bit more private, almost seemed to like a one-to-one conversation, and that it was a way that they could come to class prepared and knowing what's going on. And ever since I made that switch or that flip, it's really changed my whole teaching environment, and it would be very hard for me to try a different type of teaching environment to go forward. You have a very different setting than I do when working with kids. Because of the older age group that you're working with, I wasn't 100% sure exactly how this could all look at a college level. But then I saw this article from the Wall Street Journal just about a week or two ago called A Peek into the Future, What College Will Be Like in 10 Years. And as I was scanning through, many of the themes and ideas that came up in this article really resonated with me when I was thinking about coming and virtually talking to you, that over the next decade, things in the university levels are going to start to change and technology is going to impact those things. And so it's not just that one professor is giving information to one class, but there's going to be extended collaboration, students learning at their own pace, and a lot of these themes and ideas have come from the idea of the flipped classroom. And all of that really relates to the one big idea that I really get out of flipped learning, and that is the use of class time. Because I'm able to give students a kind of private conversation and it allows them to be able to review information if they want to or watch it at their own pace, meaning watching it in segments as to what might fit into their busy schedules. We know that kids often have a lot of sports and things that they're involved with at the middle school level, but when you go into college, they have a lot of other obligations as well. And so flipped learning allows students to be able to kind of chunk that learning and be able to take it at their own speed and pace. And so part of that then it needs to shift what actually happens in the classrooms. Some of my favorite things that I get to do with my students are the hands-on activities where I'm able to get them going with labs and being able to allow them to have input in designing different experiments. If I didn't have the opportunity to be able to give them some of the basic science facts, they would not be able to take that next step. And so that physical class time, even like it says here in this article, that at the college level as well, the professor is there as an aid to be able to help each student rise above and to be able to work hands-on with them and go through different discussion topics as well that can allow in a way to elevate the students. How I actually flip my classroom has taken on many different forms throughout the years. My very first year, I was just jumping in and trying different technology out. I started with using a flip cam, if you remember what those are, and that year I evolved into just using one tool, my iPad. I would set up my iPad in my home and I would record what I was saying, and then I would use a paid app called iMovie, which cost about $5, and I would do some very simple editing and I would post my videos on YouTube. I decided to use YouTube because many of my students were already using YouTube and it wasn't blocked in my school, so I was very thankful for that. after my first year of flipping, I had the opportunity to go to the Flipped Learning Conference in Chicago, and it was a great experience. And I learned about a product called Camtasia. And Camtasia, because I went to that conference, I was able to get a free copy, but it's about $100 for a license for Camtasia, and it's software that runs on your computer. I'm actually using it right now to record me, and you can also record the screen that you are showing. So if you had a PowerPoint put together, you could put the PowerPoint up on your computer and you could scroll through that and talk at the same time. What I love about Camtasia is it allows you to do a little bit finer editing to make your videos look a little nicer than what they were initially looking through the camera on the iPad. And it has a lot of extra features that I can use, like putting annotations, highlighting things, and making things stand out for my students. I still post my videos on YouTube, and this year is the first year that I've been able to kind of have the flipped learning idea branch out in my school district. And one of the things that we've done is we created a website called mpflip.org. One of the things I would encourage you to do if this is something that Kirkwood College is looking at expanding to is to do some sort of branding with it. We created a logo and image that runs on the front of all of the videos that are made by any teacher in our school district, which helps to give your school a voice in the larger education voice that is going on online. On the MP Flip site, I have my own page that my students will go to, and I explain the different things and parts that are required in my videos. You can see here is a video I've posted, and underneath I've been using Google Forms to figure out what the students are actually gaining from the video. This technique is modified from an idea from a professor at Harvard named Eric Mazur, and he is an amazing professor at Harvard that he actually has students watch videos, and when they come to class, they answer some questions based on those videos, and from the way the students respond to their answers on those questions, he has created this amazing software that I cannot afford, but that will group students into cohesive working groups, so you have a balance of and good mixture of students who understood things and who didn't understand things, or who understood them in different ways, to enhance the discussion and problem work in his class. And so I use Google Forms, which is free, and I just embed it below, and I collect some information from the students on that. And that's really the nuts and bolts that I have to flipping. I assign a video, I have them watch the video and take notes on it. I check the notes when they come to class, and that is a grade that the students receive, and they also receive a grade for their Google form that they submit. The main thing that I've learned from Flipped Classroom is that it's changed a lot of the ways that I've connected with students, because I've had even more opportunities to connect with them in class and to be able to sit down, watch what they're doing, and be more involved and hands-on in their learning. I used to always think that they were hands-on with what I designed, but this has given me the opportunity to be hands-on with what they are doing. And I've always asked them every year since I've started Flipped Learning about what sort of things did they like about it, did they like it, did they not like it. You can go to my blog here, techietriesblogspot.com, and I have a presentation on there that I just put up some graphs about what students liked, didn't like, what I learned from them, and it's been fairly consistent that students, for the most part, have really enjoyed watching videos for homework, and that they felt as though it has given them the opportunity to ask more questions, and it's given me opportunities to learn from them as well about how much advance notice that they needed to watch it. And it's been fairly consistent overall about how many of them like having this opportunity and to be able to go through things. This here is from a sample of data that I've taken even this year from students about how they think watching videos for science class helps them to understand the concepts better and if they actually like having this as homework. And so it's just been a really great eye-opening process and experience to be a part of, and I'm very proud of the work that I've done with it. I've been able to collaborate with different teachers across the United States through different conferences I've gone to, and now being able to bring that to extend it more to my own school is very rewarding, and I think it's showing with the students that they are starting to become more responsible and take a hold of themselves more as learners, and really made my class time so much better. And I hope that this answers some of your questions that you may have about flipped learning, and if you have any other ones, I am available to answer them. So thank you for your time today. I hope that you found this helpful as your process goes forward, and I wish you the best of luck.